Hello all, and welcome to the course on digital marketing. I'm Jonna, and I'm your teacher. This is a short introduction, what's going on this course. This is 100% virtual course, so we won't have any contact hours. But you can always contact me either via Moodle or send an email to me, and then we are going to have some course chats on Thursday evenings. But to start with, so this is how our Moodle looks like, and this is where all the fun goes on. If we scroll downwards, so after this introduction, there is news, and if something special is happening, if I'm sick or something, so I cannot keep the chat, so I'm informing you here in news. What I'm sending you via news, it will also come to your email, those messages. There's also my contact information by clicking here. You can find course description and materials, and the most important, we have assessment criteria here. So in a way, this is a bit funny course, funny and funny. You can choose yourself what kind of grade you are aiming for and do different things based on that. If you want to have grade 1, so you do just lessons, and I'll show them to you a little bit later on. So grade 1, lessons, test yourself, and self-evaluation and feedback. And some comments, one comment to the forum. Grades 2 and 3, you do the lessons, as in previous, you do test yourself, and you do your self-evaluation and feedback. But you also do the assignments that are together with the lessons in Moodle, and I'll show them to you also a little bit later on. And then I wish that you participate the discussion in discussions forums a little bit more than just one message there. And then grades 4 and 5, of course you do lessons as in grade 1 and test yourself and feedback. You do assignments as in grades 2 and 3, and then also you do a plan which you can then choose yourself. I do recommend that you choose a company right in the beginning, a company that you have a real life contact with, meaning that you can ask information from that company already in the beginning. And if you just rely on that, I take TUI tours and send a message there, so you may never ever get an answer, and then you are in trouble in the end of the course. So choose a company. It can be a really small company, but choose a company that you already know. Yeah, I think that's the best idea. Also notice that when you are doing the lessons, it's not enough just to pass them. You've got to get 50% correct answers there. So this is the assessment and also how the grades are building on this course. Now I show you how it happens. So when we scroll downwards, so here is the course tasks, and again if you click here, so you find an introduction what this means, and you see lessons, it's grade 1, assignments grades 2, 3, digital marketing plan for grades 4 and 5, and discussion forums all grades. And here's the first lesson. Deadline is 29th of October by the midnight. Funny time, but Moodle doesn't acknowledge time which is called 2400 hours or 0000. It makes it a bit difficult. So therefore it's 11:55 p.m. So 3:55 for those using that sort of time system. So first we have a lesson. This is for the grade 1. This is something that you all should do. And lesson starts by clicking here. You get a video first, which of course we are expecting you to check, and then you go to the question, and so on. And in the end of the lesson, you find the information that how well did it go, and once again, you've got to have at least 50% correct. You can do the lessons as many times as you wish, but please notify that it starts them all over again, the Moodle. If you want to check that if you have passed, that you think that, okay, I got 78% last time, but now it says 0, here above in the black bar, there is course administration and there are grades. And by clicking them, you can see that how you have passed different lessons and different assignments and so on. So you can start the lessons all over again, but lesson will show you 0 when you start it all over again. But in course administration, you have the history of the grades. And you can do them as many times as you wish. Assignments, there are different sorts of assignments. There are typical ones, submit something. There are also something that is called a discussion forum. And what comes to discussions forums, this is a little bit tricky, but in order to also evaluate your answers to the others, so I wish that you submit your contribution, your original report, in 2 places, both to discussion forum and then to the assignment. So here in discussion forum, I will only grade your feedback to the others, but then if you submit it here, so here I will grade your contribution, your task as such. And then in lesson 3, we also have, here is the selection of the topic. Here is something which is called assignment, risks, threats, and trends. And the idea is that you choose one of these that are here and make your presentation of that one. Also, you are assumed that you go and comment others and that way learn about the other topics as well. And here is, again, because it's a discussion forum, so the original report should be also submitted here in 2 places. And then lesson 5 lessons. Assignments are for grades 2 and 3, and then there is this digital marketing plan grades 4 and 5, and you can, before the final plan or the final deadline 13th of December, you can post a draft 10 days earlier and get feedback to that draft. If you wish to, it's not compulsory, but if you want to see that you are on the right track, so that's one of the things. And then here in the end, this is compulsory for all grades, is the self-evaluation and feedback, and also test yourself. So these are the ones that you should also do. After each lesson, there is something which is called discussion forum. And of course, I want you to post your comments here. The idea is that this is for you. This is for peer learning. So I wish that you discuss there. I'm checking the discussion, but I try to keep myself out of that because that's not the idea. If you have some questions, send an email. And I try to also, to the news forum, I try to post then question that there has been this sort of question and share it with everyone. But if you have also specific questions about the course, so send them to me, and this is for your own learning, this discussion forum, for your own ideas and peers to create the discussion, because I think that you have learned quite a lot. And discussion forums are mostly like, as it says here, that what did you learn? What was new? What was something that you didn't expect? What was, yeah, this I knew already, this is old stuff, and so on. So that's what I want to hear from you. Just a couple of lines, but still, it's a good idea. But if you expect me to answer your questions, so I try to keep myself away from those ones. And yes, there are, because this is really intensive course, The deadlines are almost every week for lessons and also assignments. And once you have submitted, once the deadline is over, I really try to keep up with the pace and give you written feedback to your assignments if you decide to do higher grades than one and then only one. So if you decide to do grades 2 till 5, so once the deadline is over, I try to submit or give you written feedback to everything and submit them in time. Also, what comes to the digital plan, this is not the final comment, but the almost the final comment. So, real company here, please choose one that you have real connection to, and I do recommend that, and that was the reason why I told you that choose it already in the beginning. Use it in these assignments, what you are doing. If you aim for grades 4 and 5, so choose the company in the beginning and use the company in these assignments already. Because then you have already material for your plan once we come to the December. This is so intensive that it's no use starting all over again in the end of November. And what more? Feel free to ask. Anytime when you have questions, ask. Send an email. Email is the best way to contact me because it's almost always open. So I try to give you answers, and if there are really good questions, usually they are all good questions, I try to share them with others as well. Nothing else at this moment. Welcome to the course. Hopefully you find it beneficial. Bye bye.